taking a moment out of your day to come and join us today. I am over here in Southeast Oklahoma. I am a media teacher at Kayamishi Tech. Tallahena is the location I'm at right now. Next year, I'll be in the McAllister location, and we have spotlights in a bunch of different locations out in the Southeast area. So if you are looking for like a trade school, this is going to be a great opportunity for people to learn about different businesses. So today, what I would love for you guys to learn is the different types of platforms and feel comfortable being able to walk away and decide which one is going to be best for you. Maybe it's going to be for a personal use of a blog or actually for your business. So please utilize the meeting chat. We have a pretty tight knit group here this morning. So if you want to just pop on and just interject with your conversation with us, please feel free to do that. But other than that, if you just want to use the chat box, I have that put up at the bottom of our screen. So then that way I can monitor that and answer any types of questions because I want to make sure that this is really helpful for you and we can get started. So just so that you know kind of who I am, my name is Lauren Denny. I live here in the McAllister area, and we own a ranch called Simply Country Ranch. We are originally from the Idaho area. We moved down here in order to build a business that was learning how to farm and ranch. And so I've used our social media in order to build that up to be able to showcase all of our different types of animals and the lifestyle, just learning how to do that. We've invited the public into our ranch to be able to come and experience the country. So I am familiar with building websites that invites people for in-person events, like taking ticket sales, selling online, and then my other bread and butter is our sign company called the Simply Stained Shop. And that is an online course. So that's where I'm able to go ahead and provide the Etsy side of things because I've built the Etsy side of that platform as well as a personal website that's for that. And then a blog site. So I try to put my fingers in a bunch of different avenues. So then that way we're kind of all able to be seen on the social side of world. And so building blogs. So I have a couple of different websites that I'm going to talk with you guys about. So even though today our main focus is going to be Wix versus Shopify, I'm going to provide you with a whole list of different types of platforms that you can also take back and try to mull over about which one is going to be best for your expertise. So utilize our chat box here this morning. If you want to jump in there and tell me maybe kind of which one that you are leaning towards more or what your purpose is for today's understanding of our platforms. Are you going to be doing an e-commerce business? Is it a in-person business? Tell me a little bit about what you are doing. So then that way we can kind of give you that ins and outs, the pros and cons, and we can really utilize that. So jump into that chat box if you would. A little bit more about me is I am going back into the education. This is my first year back as a media teacher. Like I said, I was the entrepreneurial side, building up those different types of businesses. And I was a fourth grade teacher before I did the businesses. And I just felt really called back into the classroom. I just loved teaching and felt like I could bring something back into the education field of understanding how to use media and allow those people to be successful. And I think there's just so much growth that can happen as a person, as well as for our lifestyles to be able to utilize media. Outside of the classroom, I enjoy powerlifting and baking and playing with our dogs. We like to go off-roading and jeeping here in the Oklahoma area. And so a little bit about me, if you guys would like to connect, I will have my contact card at the end, but you can take a look at us online. I am at Simply Lauren Denny on all of the social media platforms. I'm going to leave you with my phone number and my website if you guys want to connect through there. And that way we can continue to answer any types of questions that you might have. So for our table of contents, kind of our run through about what we're going to be talking about here today, it's going to be talking about understanding which platform is going to be best for you, just a basic overview of both of the platforms along with the pros and the cons. And then again, I'll leave you with a bunch of different types of platforms as well outside of these two things. And then we'll open it up for some questions. So first off, we're going to start off with using Wix. Wix is a really easy platform for a lot of people to be able to use. And I'm going to use that term loosely for easy because definitely easy is not always for everybody. Something that may be easy for you, it's not going to be easy for somebody else, but they do pride themselves on being user friendly. So I guess I should use that type of term. It is user friendly. It's more of a drag and drop. They'll tell you like little boxes of like, hey, do you want to add a picture here? Do you want to add a text box here? And you can just add and customize it how you feel is necessary. So I've added a little picture off to the side so that you're able to see kind of what it looks like. You can see that you have your home pages, the different types of payment methods that you can take. It does have addable apps that you can add into your site. So I really like that feature of it. So that way you can really customize it, like adding in a review box for your Wix site so that people can see just reviews on your site. And then it is also mobile friendly as well. You're going to have an inbox. There is a way that you can market off of there too. So you can be able to send your emails. You can be able to add discounts. Different types of platforms allow different types of things. But this one is really simple to be able to help you build out your website from scratch. So if you don't already have one, this is a great platform to be able to use because you don't have to have a whole lot of technology skills in order to do it. But the cost wise, I put this little document up for you. As you can see, they've recommended the business platform for your Wix site. It does allow you to have your custom domain. A lot of these sites that we're going to be talking about today is you can buy a domain site and you can put it in a bunch of different types of websites and lead them all back to the same ones. So for instance, like I have simplyLaurenDenny.com. I also have laurendenny.com and I have simplycountryranch.com. And they all are going to funnel into one site. And Wix is great to be able to add and embed all of that and makes it really seamless. If you've had a previous site and you want to move over into Wix, you can download all your documents and upload it into the Wix documents, and that will allow you to just get started running up. But for the cost effectively $36 a month, they do have a yearly option that makes it a little bit cheaper, but your $36 allows you for your domain and allows you to accept your payments. It's pretty of a generic overview of what it is because you can see the jump is pretty hefty from the $36 to the $160 a month. So if you have a lot of collaborators, then that's going to be where you're going to be, just really beneficial. But for the most part, as you can see, in my opinion, I feel like that business one is going to be pretty easy for you guys. Your core, I think, is also going to be really great as you see that it's more of just like your storage space is going to be a really simple breakdown for your website. Maybe you just don't have a whole lot of customization along with it. But you will have a little bit less of that storage space. So if you just have more of like a smaller business, if you just need a couple of pages, maybe a landing form for people to sign up for your email, and you just need to be able to have some sort of storefront available, then I think that core, save yourself a couple of dollars every month and you'll be just fine with that one. So does anyone have any questions? Or I will send you this this screen, this whole setup, so that way Marla will push this out to you at the very end, so you can always review it as you need to. So like I said, it's really functional. Wix is really easy to be able to manage your inventory, take your payments. Like I said, there is a mobile device, so it's really simple and friendly. You can take it with you wherever you go. And they've got a lot of apps that are built into the website that you can be able to utilize. It's really easy to use. A lot of small businesses are moving into this Wix department. I don't know if you've seen, but if you've tried to search for yourself to dabbling into Wix, you can type into Etsy, and Etsy will give you, you can type in Wix templates, website templates. And there's a bunch of different types of builders out there who have digitally created templates so that you can create a great storefront for you that already has a setup of like an about page and collection pages of what you are all about for your website. And so Wix is a really, really popular site to be able to use. And I know it's popular because people on Etsy are utilizing it on a regular basis to be able to sell different types of platforms, as they are doing with Shopify. But these are your two most popular. Okay, so they are definitely really friendly to be able to be flexible. You can customize it with your brand. I think that's a really, really important when you're in business. You need to make sure that you are looking seamless. What you see on your website, you want it to coexist with what you have maybe in your storefront. So using the same types of colors, and then also translating that into your social media site. You want those to all be really just similar. Having a strong online presence is going to make people feel that they can trust you a little bit more. So I really like that emphasis that they are able to save your brand media, your social media galleries. You can add it into your Wix site using an app, and that will allow you to just go for it. Okay, Cynthia, how many pages does Wix have on the cheaper version of the business suite? I'm going to go back here so you can take a look at that. I'm not sure exactly how many, like off the top of my head, if it's like 10 pages or whatnot, but it's pretty hefty. Like I haven't seen that because I've built one off of Wix myself as well as a Shopify account, getting prepared for this and using that one. And I haven't seen that I've had a necessary need for more. It fulfills all of the needs that I have seen that I've had. So I've built like an about me page, a blog page, and multiple blog pages, and as well as like a page of just a page for each collection type of thing, along with my standard boutique, like different items that I'm wanting to sell. So I haven't seen that there's going to be an option that would, in the core, like the cheaper business suite, I haven't seen that there's going to be an issue for that. When they say basic, you still have quite a few playable pages to be able to do. So, but I'm sorry, after this, I can definitely go and look up the number of pages if you need to, Cynthia, so that way I can fully answer your question. So like I said, hundreds of templates. There are templates inside Wix that you can use, that you can purchase, that are a little bit more on the customizable things that don't look very, very standard, but there's definitely a lot of free options to be able to use. And then, like I said, you can also go outside of the platform of Wix.com, and you can utilize things like an Etsy platform, and those sellers you can type in and they've already created different templates. You can use what they've created. You can download it and upload it into Wix, and that's just really a beautiful way for you guys to get that customization at a pretty cost-effective method. But definitely don't be intimidated. This is definitely a platform that you are able to use on your own without having a lot of technology knowledge. Okay, so definitely help out with that one. Okay, Shopify is a little bit more in my wheelhouse. This is the one that I use currently for both of my businesses. So I use Shopify. One, because they do a great job with branding. So anytime I'm listening to a different podcast, they're like, and Shopify, start today for $1. So I always find that, okay, when I hear them advertising all the time, I've just noticed that they do a great job. I haven't had a whole lot of issues with them. It sometimes is a little bit on the, you just have to understand how to customize something, and once you kind of get jumped into there, then you'll be running down. It is really similar in the sense of a drag and drop. You add what you need to in order to do that. One thing that I really enjoy about Shopify is when you're starting up and you're getting your page started, creating your name, your username, they're really seamless with that because it's available for you. I'm going to zoom in so you can see. You can see their homepage this is what it looks like. You can see that they have like their order form. So it's really easy to see if you have new orders. Their homepage is pretty seamless to be able to show you different types of trends of where are people coming from on different types of platforms. How do they find your page? Is there any advertisement that you can do to really help with that. How long are people staying on your page for? That's where you can see a lot of your financial just overview. You can see like the trends of that. So there's a lot of information that really is started from the Shopify. They do a really good job on just being really clear with the business owner and asking how they can help. So there's a lot of tutorials on there and help pages. I've always had a great communication with them. If I've ever had an issue where like this site had gone down and I had jumped on a phone call with them, they're always really quick. So I really like that side of things, the customer service. I've not had the customer service side of things on Wix. So I'm not able to speak off that part of things, just on the Shopify thing. Like I said, the orders really easy to use and fulfill orders. So being an online business, that is really helpful for me to be able to purchase the labels directly from Shopify. It also being a non-in-person business and just utilizing that, you can still take your orders from there and it will auto fulfill it. If you're just doing like digital downloads or you're doing like ticket sales, that will also just automatically fulfill and it will send your client the information needed. So that's pretty standard on both of the websites. But like I said, I personally use the Shopify thing. Moving down this line, the products, you can see that both of the sites of Wix and Shopify will allow you to put your products into different collections. And that's really helpful for your clients because you want people to be able to sort for the different types of items. So maybe you're selling wooden signs and another one you're selling magnets and another one you're selling pillows. So separating those different items is really helpful. Gift cards and tracking your inventory. So both of these sites will allow you to track your inventory, which, as we know, is really important for in-person businesses. Your customers, both sites will allow you to have your customers be able to collect emails, to be able to send out, understanding who your clients are. You can alter who they are. So if someone emails you and is like, oh, I need to change my email, you can do that. So that's really, it's safe. My clients have always felt pretty safe and understanding that I'm not able to see like their credit card information. Shopify takes all of that away from me as the business owner, which I prefer, because that way, if there's ever like a second guess of like a charge of some sort, if somebody gets hacked, you can say, this is on a Shopify, I can contact Shopify and it's not through me. So I kind of like that separation between me and the business. So that's helpful. And then reports, they do a great job. I felt like Shopify is a little bit more in depth with understanding what type of reports I'm able to see financially, as well as just kind of the trends of which items are selling a lot, which ones are not selling. So you can see just by this homepage, there's a little bit more detail into it's a little bit more laid out step by step of what you can access and how to access each one of them. So like you can see like the discounts is also on there, but also emailing, so that's under the discounts part of it too. So you can email your clients directly from there, which is important. So you can start building your email list directly on there. And Shopify allows you to have, I just looked at it the other week, 10,000 emails that you're able to send with an unlimited amount of clients on your list. So that right there, I canceled my email list. I was using ConvertKit and MailChimp, and I canceled both of those subscription, and I'm using just Shopify. So that is beneficial for me to be able to cut down some costs. So I didn't quite understand that when I was first getting started. I felt like I had to have an email list creator as well as a platform, and then I had to make them talk to each other. So recently moving over into one platform has been a game changer for me. And like I said, there's still a lot of apps inside here. This one is beneficial to add in like hey, recommended buying options. They can add that underneath your cart, or did you forget this? Do you want to add this on? They will do, reviews or bundle this together. So that one, customization, that one is really beneficial. They have a lot of apps inside there and they're pretty easy to use. And most of them are pretty cost effective as well. Okay. And you can see down here in the sales channel, you can sell using Shopify. It will connect to your Facebook as well as your personal online store. So I like that avenue as well. So then that way you can sell from the marketplace area. So as we're going on there, I kind of verbalized it. I'll move through these slides. So it's a pretty easy use of time for you to be able to build this website. It is similar to a drag and drop. It's not as seamless as a drag and drop. It's pretty much template based, where it's like you can insert a picture you can insert a picture, and then you can insert a collection, and then you can insert, it's more like drop boxing. It's just in a line. It doesn't have a lot of animation. It's really just like simple and basic. Everything is very linear. So if that's something that you like, then that's really going to be beneficial for you on there. All right. But scalability, this is where they kind of take a little bit more of a route that's a little bit heftier. So think about this depending on how big your business is. So Shopify allows you to be like a one-person show, but it also allows you to really scale upwards because it has the ability to handle a lot of high volume. I haven't had a problem with the speed or anything, and it always will track your speed once you're in there. It's like your website's working really good, your website's working really fast. So I like that side of things. And I haven't had any crashes off of it whenever I've had like a really big launch that people were jumping in at the same time. So they really pride themselves on being a business that will allow you to scale as well. So that part, they really emphasize that. And this is just pulled from their website, understanding that they want those transactions to not slow you down. So customization, like I said, it's really similar to having that design flexibility, same as Wix. Lots of different templates, same thing. When you go into Etsy and you type in Etsy, Shopify template, website templates, you will see that most of the time, the people who are creating those templates, they're creating a Wix template or a Shopify template. And so those same creators are using either one of those platforms as their choice for building these website templates. So like I said, you do not have to. I use a free template on my website from using Shopify, and I haven't had any problems. It works really well. You can also purchase it. I mean, it's just a little bit more on the cost-effective side of things. So let's go into that cost things. You can see that it is a little bit more on the more expensive side of things. So if you're just starting to dabble in and want to just see kind of if this is going to be working for you, probably move more towards your the Wix side of things. As you can see, it's a little bit more on the cost-effective side. But depending on how much you think you're going to scale, how much you're going to be able to use it, this might be helpful. I like that Shopify breaks it down for you for the cost. So if you're selling a lot of different items, it can really add up pretty quickly. So you can see your card rates is what they really are showcasing here today. So you can see that in the basic option, they have the 2.9% for the online sales. And then if you jump up, it saves you like 0.2%. So even though it's not that much, it does, add up depending on how many sales you're doing each day. So I kind of like that type of thing. You can see other than that, going from the basic option to the Shopify option, I am doing the basic option. You can also purchase it as a yearly subscription, and you save a little bit more on that. I think it's like $350. No, it's obviously a little bit more. What was that number? Anyways, I'd have to do the math, but it does save you quite a bit if you do the yearly option. But monthly, I just kind of wanted to show you what this would be like. And so, like I said, I don't see too much of a difference between the basic option to the Shopify option, other than your card rates. And your card rates they're not making like a tremendous amount of difference. But do keep that in mind. So I hope that one is helpful for you. Do you have any questions about that? Just kind of depends on what stage of business you're in, right? So anyways, it's a good thing. I like that this, like I said, they're saying that on all of the marketing that they do, you can start for $1 for a month. So it's kind of like a free trial. So keep that in mind too. If you just want to try it out, you can always cancel before you kind of get started. I'm going to show you a little bit of mine. So I'm going to go into laurendenny.com. So this is the one that I've personally built recently. And so you can kind of see, I like that on Shopify and Wix. I mean, these are going to look really, really similar, but some of the key things that when you're building websites, you might have your logo. So I try to keep that seamless on every single one of them. both of the websites are going to allow you to have the SEO, which allows you to be a search engine optimization online. So when people are searching for Lauren Denny, this is going to pop up. If they're looking for coaching, this is going to pop up. If they're looking for, Oklahoma, hopefully this would pop up, right? And so hopefully that will help you out with that. So these are all actually images right here that I have created outside on a different platform and then uploaded that image into here. So this is what's called like a image text box. And then you can kind of see that they have a text that you can click to learn more. And so that's a button. So the one thing with Shopify is when you're building these, like I said, it's very blocky. So it's like once you have one block, then it moves on to the next blocks. And this block is another image block. And then this is another image block. So then it goes into my blog, and then you can add these different types of pages. So Shopify also allows you those different pages. So you can kind of see a little bit about what we do. These are just some of the characteristics. It does have a little bit of movement. You see that when you scroll up and down, it does kind of shake a little bit. So it keeps the attention of the different audiences, in my opinion. So then it does have the ability to invite people back into your platform to be able to be on your email list. You can see that again, all of these are built outside of the platform. And then I've just inserted the picture into our site. So hopefully that is going to be able to be helpful, because like I said, I'm not a super fan of how you're not able to, I can't just click anywhere on the picture to make it like a document where the people could go to it. They have to click specifically on the button. And so you always have to kind of design your pictures around what the Shopify banners look like. That's kind of the only thing that I've found, but you are able to customize it a lot. So if you're a professional and if you have some understanding of inserting different code, then you can do that. For instance, like this is our podcast that we are embedded directly into there. So like I said, still a lot of customization on both of the different sites. And we'll keep scrolling down and you can kind of see I have different collections of here of how you can add or sell directly on there. And it just keeps scrolling down. Hopefully people will be able to take a look at that and able to connect your Instagram into or whatever platform that you prefer. Instagram is my favorite. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize that type of platform, and you can insert that, which I think keeps everything just really fresh and relevant. So when people, they want to follow you, they want to know who you are. And so having the understanding as a business owner that you're like, hey, I'm going to be online. Here's my personal website, as well as here is a platform that I use that we can maybe connect more and more. So hopefully that is helpful for that. I'm going to go back to our site, but look at all these things. There we go. Okay. So these are the two other options I'm going to send out to Marla so that she can email you after today. But WordPress is really similar for people to be able to utilize, because it is not a platform that is going to take e-commerce business. But if you're just looking to be able to create a blog, just having an actual visual presence online, WordPress is brilliant. It's something that I've used, and I like that I can have a phone app and just be able to edit and customize. A lot of blog users use WordPress. It's also really easy to build websites, but like I said, you can't take payments off of there. So if you just need to be on there to say, hey, contact us for here, brilliant website. Same as Wix. Wix is a little bit more user-friendly, again, with that drag and drop feature, because you don't have to have any coding knowledge for that. Squarespace, I honestly, if this also, Squarespace, I think would be my number 3 option. We use our Squarespace because when we're in person and we're taking sales in person, I'm using my phone, I'm connecting the little adapter to be able to take card payments. And now I can take card payments using my Shopify store, and you can sell in person. And so that is an option. But Squarespace is just so easy. And Squarespace is really only more of like a one-page business. So you can have just like your homepage and then like, hey, purchase this from here. So that one's a little bit more like simplified. So if you're just going to like a craft show and you just need to be able to take payments, that's really great. For definitely for small businesses. So it doesn't scale very large, but Squarespace is pretty easy to use to be able to transfer in person to in real life. like I said, we went through Shopify. Weebly is another great one. This one is not, I haven't found that Weebly is very user friendly for e-commerce. It's more of just like building your blog and your portfolio. Weebly is something we use like in our classroom. I have my students create like a portfolio using Weebly because you can sign up for it. And we can have like a class account and everybody can interact with that one. So Weebly is pretty easy to do with that. You do not have the customization of putting your name in there, like your own personal website name. It's not going to be laurendenny.com. Weebly is more of like laurendenny.com/Weebly kind of thing. So otherwise you have to pay for that kind of stuff, but keep that in mind. A couple other ones, we have Joomla, similar to like the WordPress. It is a little bit more designed for people who have a better understanding of coding. These are all, they are going to be costly. So just kind of take a look at your different costs when you're looking each one of them. Drupal, this one is again pretty complex. And then GoDaddy website, that one has been around for a really long time. I like GoDaddy because you can purchase domains and then you can move those domains to whatever website that you're going to be able to use to build out your website. But GoDaddy also does websites, so I like that one. Adobe Dreamweaver, if you are just really into just building the websites and with the look of it, that's going to be a great tool for you because it will be pretty seamless of like, this is what your website can look like. And then you can save it, insert that code into any of these different platforms and allow you to just be able to visually see what the website's going to look like. So that's why I put that one on there. Okay, we got Webflow. That's going to be great with your custom coding and your animations. So anytime that you see those people who are building those websites and when you're scrolling, like maybe the person kind of dances a little bit, that's going to be your Webflow. That's because they're using a little bit more of those responsive websites, whereas opposed to Wix and Shopify, as you saw on my website, is very linear and still. So I would love for my stuff to look so, inviting and transition like, but personally, I'm sure I could figure out the coding side of things, but it's just not always in my time. So last one is going to be Ghost. This is going to be more for your blogs. So it's not going to be your e-commerce types of business, but Ghost. So those are kind of a couple of my different options. I'll leave these again. We're going to send those over for Marla to be able to share